Despite some indications that the economy is recovering, the housing market remains a disaster area. Currently, about 7 million homeowners are behind on their mortgages, and that number is only getting worse. Banks, with the help of the government, are offering some relief to homeowners who've lost jobs and just can't meet their payments. But there's a growing number who can pay but are simply walking away from houses that are now worth as little as half of what they paid for them. It's called strategic default. People have done the math and decided making those monthly payments is just throwing money away, leaving the mortgage holders, the banks, as zookeepers of an ever-growing parade of white elephants. In the past year, it's estimated that at least 1 million Americans who can't afford to stay in their homes simply walked away. Among them, Chris Diener and his wife Dana of Sun City, Arizona. West Foothill Drive has become a street of shattered dreams.
Amazingly, we have 16 out of the 44 houses on the street have foreclosed over the last year.
And yours over here?
Mine will be number 17.
When Diener, an auditor for a local university, bought his 3-bedroom house in 2006 for $262,000, he thought he got a bargain.
First-time home buyers, we don't know, houses are overvalued. We just know we need to get in before it keeps going up and up and up.
And then,
boom.
The balloon burst. So how much does he think he could get for that $262,000 house today?
Right now, about $142,000.
That's a big drop.
Big drop. Over 43%.
Diener and his house were, as they say, underwater. With a mortgage of about $250,000 on a home worth less than $150,000, he has one very expensive lemon. He says he tried to talk his bank into renegotiating his mortgage, but because he earns enough to keep paying, the bank said no deal.
They refused to. They said it was going to affect my credit and they were going to take my house, and I pretty much said go for it.
But you can afford to stay here, correct?
I could, yeah.
But he chose not to. He's walking away. That lemon of a house is now the bank's problem.
It's almost like the in thing to do right now, it seems like.
And because Diener, like many Americans, only made a 10% down payment on his home, taking a hike is a lot easier. It's a trend the banks fear could catch on with average homeowners. Already, the CEO of Citibank's mortgage unit estimates that 1 in 5 borrowers who default on their mortgages are able to pay. If that number rises, it could jeopardize any economic recovery. No bank we contacted would talk publicly about strategic defaults, but all indicated they'd be unwilling in most cases to help underwater homeowners who can't afford to keep up their payments. And Commissioner Stevens agrees with the banks.
To simply allow anybody who just decides they don't want their home anymore, who signed a contract to purchase a home, to walk away and get some sort of write-off with a program backed by the administration or a financial institution, creates a whole new set of standards that will live with us for years to come.
But the Dieners, who stopped paying their mortgage 5 months ago, plan to stay in their house for free until the bank forecloses in July. Then, with all the money they save, they plan to rent a nicer, cheaper house for a few years while his credit recovers. You know, there are people saying if everybody did what you're doing, the country would be in even bigger, deeper trouble than it is right now.
If that starts happening, that's for the professionals to figure out.
How did you used to feel about people who walked away?
I thought initially it was immoral. My family raised me to believe that you should take care of your contract liabilities and your debt. That's how I was brought up to be.
Live within your means.
Live within your means, yeah. And that's what I've done.
So you don't feel any responsibility for it?
Unfortunately, no, I don't.